Thank you. And perhaps we could go to a third wonderful piece that we picked out for display this evening. Quite an unusual Howard, and I'll let David enlighten all of us on the aspects of this watch.
Well, this is probably one of the nicest military presentations that we've ever seen in Howard. This starting with just the watch. It's a Howard pocket watch, N size, deer grade, which is one of the best adjusted grade for typical runs. It's a Series 7. It's in a multicolor gold box hinge case with initials on the back, presentation on the cuvette, and in this case it happens to be a multicolored decoration that is fully armorial. You have crossed cannons at the base, you have bayoneted carbines that are crossed sabers, major general epaulettes, and the wreath of the state of Texas, along with the piked helmet. And when you examine this further, you have a full presentation on the cuvette. It turns out this watch was presented to Major General A.S. Roberts from the Texas Volunteers. Now, A.S. Roberts was quite a curious character. He was a rebel soldier starting in 1861, lived in Texas, moved there from Virginia, I believe, when he was 14 or 15 years old. Joined the Texas Army, or the Confederate Army, under Hood's Brigade in 1861. Now, we haven't been able to trace his involvement in that particular brigade, but that brigade went and traveled with Robert E. Lee's armies all through the South, all during the war with the North. And in 1865, of course, most of the Confederate states, if not all the Confederate states, were not allowed to have a militia for a period of time. It wasn't until 1870 that Texas was allowed to have a volunteer guard. And the volunteer guard was joined immediately by this man as a lieutenant, who rose to the ranks to become the commander-in-chief of that particular group, which was the precursor of the Texas Rangers and Texas National Guard. So this documents his retirement on July 1st, 1895, although it doesn't have a date here, but we found a date in the archives. And then the most spectacular thing as a watch, as a Howard watch, is to have a fancy multicolored O'Hara-style dial bearing the seal of the state of Texas with the Major General written out instead of the numerals. In place of the numerals, you have the letters spelling out Major General. So this man was clearly highly regarded by the Texas Volunteers and highly regarded as a Southern soldier.
And this dial is flawless,
The dial is flawless. Dial is flawless, the movement is near mint, the case shows very little wear.
Just a fantastic piece to have the opportunity to handle.
It's one of the best Howards and one of the best military presentation pieces that we've had the pleasure to handle. And here's a quick look at our Howard. There are General A.S. Roberts' initials on the front. Here on the back, the magnificent multicolored decoration of full armorial designs. The cuvette with a full presentation from the Texas Volunteer Guards for his active duty from 1870 to 1895, continuous active duty. And here's the beautiful Series 7 movement. So we hope you've enjoyed our little film clips here, and we look forward to seeing you online, or maybe even seeing you at the auction. Oh, let me show you the dial there. Most beautiful part, I forgot. Just a stunning, stunning thing. Well, thanks again, and enjoy our catalog.